South Korea has wrapped up the third summit for democracy, which involved world leaders, ministers, and members of civil society to discuss how to protect and advance freedom and human rights in the face of growing digital threats posed by new technologies. Our Soo-young covered the last day of the summit.
President Yoon Suk Yeol has called on the free world to create joint high-tech countermeasures against fake news and the misuse of digital technology to prevent these from threatening democracy. During the third Summit for Democracy hosted by South Korea, Yoon opened a virtual plenary session of 36 world leaders on Wednesday local time, co-chairing the session with Denmark and Kenya. As more than 60 countries representing half of the world's 8 billion people hold elections this year, Yoon focused on artificial intelligence, elections and fake news, underscoring the need to protect electoral integrity as the foundation of democracy.
특정 세력들이 조직적으로 제작하고 배포하는 가짜뉴스는 단순히 잘못된 정보를 전파하는 것을 넘어 사회적 갈등과 분열을 야기합니다. 또한 가짜뉴스는 국민들이 사실과 다른 정보를 바탕으로 잘못된 판단을 내리도록 선동함으로써 민주주의 근간인 선거를 위협하고 있습니다. 이는 민주주의에 대한 분명한 도발입니다.
As societies become more and more exposed and susceptible to AI-generated content on online platforms heavily curated with algorithms, the South Korean leader said democratic countries should jointly develop AI and a digital mechanism to detect and eradicate forces that utilize the same technologies to generate fake news. This requires solidarity and the sharing of technology, he said, adding that the international community must also stand together to enforce measures against foreign intervention in elections. Statements by the leaders of Japan and the European Union backed his view, with Prime Minister Fumio Kishida saying that the use of deepfakes and audio created by AI undermines people's rights to make their own political choices, making societies become unstable and divided. UN Secretary-General Antonio Guterres added that the world must build guardrails for artificial intelligence and the digital world in order to protect democracy against technology's perils while realizing its promise.
The summit's theme, Democracy for Future Generations, reminds us of an additional essential responsibility. We must strengthen democratic systems and institutions for and with the world's 1.8 billion young people and for the generations to follow.
The plenary session also touched upon ways to build social inclusion and capacity for democratic governance, with the leaders of India and Canada calling for greater international cooperation.
민주주의는 세계의 안보와 번영의 기틀을 마련하기 위한 필수 조건입니다.
Closing the third summit for democracy, Yoon said the chair's statement will be published, summarising major points raised by the leaders to set out the future path for a renewal of democracy. According to his office, this includes the impact of new technologies on democracy, the role of government and the private sector, along with measures to counter fake news and false information.
Emphasising that advancing democracy takes collective effort beyond those made by a single country, President Yoon said that Seoul will collaborate with other governments, international organisations and private actors as well to strengthen and expand democratic solidarity based on shared universal values. Soo-young, Arirang News.